universe, where you learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases, the secrets of the universe itself. And the secret that we're learning this segment is definitely universal. It's a secret of the universe, and it goes like this. We tend to live to eat rather than eating to live. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how do you eat to live, but still enjoy what you eat. Santana, tell us a little bit about how you eat, what you recommend people do so that they eat, they enjoy their eating, but don't become addicted to food. I mean, I love food. So people who fall into my category, what do you tell them?
Well, I tell them that, first of all, it's about reality, and unfortunately, it's about convenience. And so I've worked at a menu, and I've worked this 90-day challenge so that it's reality based. Anybody can do this. I teach you and show you not only how to read labels, but not from the top to the bottom, how to look for 3 or 4 key categories that you will read consistently. And what happens over just a short period of time is you start to know those categories of certain foods, so you're not looking every time because you already know it going into the store. So it's learning how to read labels in certain categories, and then it's showing you how to shop at the grocery store, because, I mean, let's face it, I get this all the time. It's too expensive to eat healthy because they feel they have to go to the health store, Trader Joe's, the expensive places.
Can I make a quick suggestion?
Absolutely.
They're absolutely not one of our sponsors, even though if anybody knows how to get them to become a sponsor, I am absolutely open. We're all about referral partnering, so if anybody knows how to bring Winco Foods in into our marketplace and have them advertise with us, we would absolutely love it. But I'm going to give them an advertisement and a plug. There's at least 3 of them in Arizona. They're kind of an Oregon-based company in Idaho. So they are like Whole Foods. They're like Trader Joe's, but they are extremely inexpensive. They're open 24 hours a day, and they have a lot of bulk items. So you can buy steel cut oats for almost half what you can buy at a Whole Foods. You can purchase sunflower seeds unsalted, for 99 cents a pound, which is
great.
It's absolutely good.
Yeah, it's hard to find. And before I take my clients down that road, there's a first 30 days of conditioning that we utilize at the grocery store. We utilize the supplements that are readily and available, because I want you. This is a process. It's a learning process. So that by the end of 90 days or 12 weeks, in most cases, it depends on what your goals are, you're ready to go on your own. You have enough education, you have enough basics, you've learned some disciplines, you've learned how to schedule or plan things out, and you realize at the end of 90 days, this wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
Absolutely, including the shopping.
Including the shopping.
You can take them in there and show them how to shop. Well, I mean, I swear when I walk into Winco Foods, I feel healthier, but I have to go past all the unhealthy sections and go to the healthy
still
section.
retail.
And I just absorb from the store and much health. But the point is, you need to be able to have somebody like Santana helping guide you into the healthy sections of the store.
Right, and you'll get to know these areas just as well as you know other areas. It's just you'll find you've spent so much time in these other areas, you know them very well. You don't even know how well you know them.
Sure.
But you'll learn these areas really fast, and you'll be able to shop at any store, any state, anywhere. On the cuff. So so that's the first 30 days of the plan, is teaching you how to beat the convenience and how to make it easy on yourself. And one of my golden rules is eat well 70% of the time, because you can only control so much, right? So 70% of what goes into your mouth, you can really do have control of.
Oh, that's true.
Whether it's at home or at work or when you're at a restaurant, 70% is your control. The other 30%, and this could be on a daily basis, so you might eat, in our plan, you're eating 5 to 6 times a day. So you're probably not going to eat perfectly 5 to 6 times a day. But if you can get 4 of those meals controlled and you're putting them in there, then the other 1 or 2, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's one thing I want to stress with people. Don't think that you have to give everything up. You don't have to. In fact, you can have the same thing you had for dinner the last couple of weeks for the next couple of weeks. The only thing I'm going to say is cut out your dairy. About half of what your intake is on dairy. Cut out half of your bread. And of course, I mean, it goes without saying, no soda, no chips, no junk food. Now, I say that, but, Saturday night you're going to the movies, have some popcorn. Just don't put all the butter this time. Don't get the chocolate candy bar this time. Bring a granola bar in with you. You don't have to get a soda.
Sorry, Harkins.
Yeah. Well, and now popcorn is a healthy food. You just got to pop it at home. You know, get an air popper, not a microwave. But no, but there's just so many tricks. And again, that kind of goes back to social media. Is once people are on my plan, they get put directly into my Facebook group, the 90 Day Challenge Facebook group, and I post everything up there. You know, you can put files up there. Of course, you put pictures, and you know, I tag them, so everything's always there. So if you don't have to look for it in your desk, you don't have to post it on your refrigerator, although I think you should. But
when you post on your refrigerator, for example, now tell us what is the logic behind eating five, 6 times a day?
it speeds up your metabolism, and that is the key to the two major factors to losing weight and then maintaining your weight is speeding up your metabolism and more muscle mass, period. Now what's funny is just about 98% of the folks out there already know that. It's just attaining that and maintaining that, and that seems to be
They know it, but don't believe it. It seems too good to be true.
It
I could
does.
actually eat more and lose more
and
weight.
lose more weight. And I get more people that tell me, and I see them, you know, have you eaten today? How many times have you eaten? Well, let me see, I had a yogurt at breakfast, and then I had a bagel for lunch, so I'm doing pretty good. And I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Are you kidding me? I've had 6 meals already.
Right.
So that is the phantom out there that people just, you know, they hear it, they know it, but they don't quite understand it, don't really believe it. So
If I could throw a couple of things out there, because
Absolutely.
I've had first-hand experience
yes,
with what
I
Santana is saying.
want to hear a little bit about your story.
Sure. I had, I've lost about 80 pounds so far. According to my calculations, I should probably lose another 20 pounds. So I have a little ways to go.
Right.
Okay. However, here's what's important to coincide with what Santana is saying is that what I would recommend is go out to to Walmart, get yourself one of those scales that will actually check muscle mass, BMI, and your fat content. I'm going to give a quick little math formula about how to calculate what your ideal weight is, because it's hard to know what your ideal weight is, and of course with your BMI it also incorporates your age.
Correct.
Okay. However, this calculation doesn't, so I have to disclaim that. So what you want to do is decide with your coach, which we would want to be Santana, of course, what your ideal fat content should be. If you're a woman, you want to have more than you would if you're a man. But determine what that is. So, for example, my goal is to have 10% body fat, and you might think that sounds like a lot, but it's not. That's a pretty heavy goal, to hefty goal to get to. So, if I want to be at 10% fat content, what I do is I take my weight and on the scale, it will tell me what my fat content is. So then I multiply that fat content percentage by my weight.
Correct.
Okay, so then that gives me a new number, which is, it isn't true. It's that you take 1 minus the fat content.
Okay.
So let's say that my weight, I'm not saying that it is, but say my body fat is 19%. Okay. And so then what I would do is take 19% off of 100%.
Right.
And that would give me 0.81 or 81%. So I would multiply my body weight today by, from this morning when I weigh myself, by 81%. That gives me the lean muscle mass, which includes organs, bones, everything else. And then I would multiply that again by 1.1. So that's my new fat content of 10%.
Right.
That gives me my new ideal weight.
You got your new target.
Okay. So again, this will be repeated in our archives. It will also be repeated on YouTube. So if you didn't take proper notes, then you can take those notes again.
It'll also be in my Facebook group.
It'll be also on the Facebook group, absolutely. So these are all mysteries that how do you know what your goal? What should be your goal? That's more a coach question. What should I have my fat content at? Once you know your fat content, then you can actually monitor each day along with your coach what your fat content should, how your goals are going, what your ideal weight should be.
Yes.
Now the next thing that I think you're getting ready to talk about is that's going to fluctuate depending on how much muscle mass you gain. Go ahead with that.
And that's exactly right. I mean, now these are target references to have and shoot for, because you've got to start with a goal in mind. You've got to start somewhere and say, this is where I'm at, this is where I'd like to be. I'm an advocate of look in the mirror and how do you feel? How do you like what you see, and how do you feel? Because again, those numbers are going to change. 30 days you start, those numbers are going to change because you're going to have more muscle at the end of 30 days. So all those numbers are going to change again. You're going to have to recalculate.
You bet. So with me, for example, within the last week, I have gained another 2% of muscle mass, and I have lost 2% of fat.
Correct.
So the point is that I might actually end up being at the same weight, not
That's
needing
correct.
to lose 20 pounds.
That's
if
correct.
I just increase my muscle mass, then I can be at my 10% and stay the same weight.
And that's why sometimes I tell people, don't focus so much on how much weight I've got to lose. Let's focus on how much we want to put you through a transformation to where you feel good and you have more muscle mass than fat. That's really the easy target and the easy formula is I want to end up with more muscle mass than fat. Now, a lot of ladies get scared and go, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder.
Thank you for addressing that. Go ahead
and
run away with that one, and then we're going to take a break.
It will never, ever happen, okay? We're built differently. So physiologically, a woman cannot have as much muscle mass as a guy, no matter how much she tries. Those pictures you see and those.
And she's not going to be all muscle bound.
No, the only
you have
way
to
they
do
can
freakish
get muscle
things to your
bound
body.
is to do it illegally.
Thank you. That's kind of the point.
So yeah, women, don't worry about it. You're never going to get as muscular as a guy. And guys, without the same thing, really, for guys, unless you're doing some illegal steroids, you're not going to get muscle bound. It's not going to happen. We just simply want more muscle on your body because we'll go into the next section about what muscle does and how that makes such a huge difference.
Absolutely. And if you're not enthralled by this conversation, you should be. So stick around, and you can join Santana and Kurt, the host of the Social University on Voice America, and you'll be able to learn what increasing your muscle mass will do for you, for your body, and strangely enough, for your Facebook as well. So don't go away. We'll be right back.